By Donald Trump just bringing troops in these cities, that's violating or taking away from their democracy.
Mind up on Chicago, though?
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in. When you lose, look, I have an obligation. This isn't a political thing. I have an obligation. If the governor of Illinois would call me up, I would love to do it. Now, we're going to do it anyway. We have the right to do it because I have an obligation to protect this country. And that includes Baltimore. I saw where Governor Moore was asking me to take a walk down the street of Baltimore. Well, Baltimore is a very unsafe place. It's rated number 4 in the city, one of the most unsafe places anywhere in the world. I'm very proud of Washington. It serves as a template, and we're going to do it elsewhere. But Chicago is certainly going to be high. I would love to have him call. I would love the governor of Illinois. I'd be honored to take his call. All he has to do is say, "Sir, we need help. It's out of control." And everyone knows it is. He's not kidding anyone. I would love to have, I would say, Governor Moore call, because I watched him over the weekend trying to explain that Baltimore, what they need is housing. No, they don't need housing. They need to get rid of the criminals.
Now, what's more important, safety or democracy?
Chicago officials say they're hearing it will be days, not weeks, before National Guard troops, like the ones patrolling D.C., arrive in their city over their objections.
You're supposed to serve the people. We are the people.
Over the long weekend, President Trump mentioned Chicago 3 times on social media, warning the Illinois governor to straighten out crime fast or we're coming. This weekend alone, more than 50 people were shot in Chicago, though the murder rate has fallen by 50% over the past 4 years.
Every single citizen deserves to be safe.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed on Face the Nation that a greater federal presence is coming to Chicago, starting with a surge in immigration raids.
We do intend to add more resources to those operations. I won't disclose the details because they are law enforcement and investigative folks that are on the ground there, and I want to make sure we keep their security our #1 priority.
In Washington, D.C., there are now 2,300 National Guard troops armed and deployed, though by law they cannot perform law enforcement duties themselves.
This is an erratic, impulsive administration.
On Saturday, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson signed an executive order directing the Chicago Police Department not to collaborate with military personnel on police patrols or ICE raids.
We do not want to see tanks in our streets. We do not want to see families ripped apart. We do not want grandmothers thrown into the back of unmarked vans.
Some people are looking at this thing as if it's not a good thing. And a lot of people are in an uproar about that because they didn't elect for this. Now, what is Donald Trump bringing these troops into these cities for? It's for protection. It's for organization, and it's for the elimination of crime. A lot of people are not really looking at the big picture, and Donald Trump doesn't really care about a big picture. He just simply wants to have his way, and the citizens do not want to see U.S. military all in their neighborhoods, tanks all in their neighborhoods. It's getting pretty bad. The people are talking, and nobody's talking about we need to stop this crime. You know, everybody's upset that he's threatened. Basically, he's making threats. He said, "I love the smell of deportation in the morning." Like, Donald Trump is he's a different kind of president, and he's not really rationalizing with what everyone thinks that he should be doing. He's doing what he feels is necessary and what he want to do, and I don't know if we can do something about that or not.
Man, Trump talking about something. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Nigga, you about to find out why it's called Direct. The fuck? Goofy ass nigga? We ain't scared of this shit.
Trump, do not send the National Guard to Chicago, gang. Do not, I repeat, do not do it. We are a different fucking breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles. Nigga, we are not Washington, D.C. Nigga, this is Chicago, nigga. Them niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them niggas go fight back, gang. Whatever, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young niggas got switches, gang. They not going for that shit, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs.
And a lot of people are talking about fighting against the military that comes to their cities. Can you imagine what that's like? You see, the government don't understand that these people in these cities who are committing these crimes, they don't really care about your government. They don't really care about the rules. They make their own rules. They break rules. They're willing to fight. They understand war, but it's not anywhere similar to the way that the military understands war.
New York and LA, we need to be paying attention to Chicago right now because they told Donald Trump to get the fuck out their city. Because Chicago said, we ready for the smoke. Now, as dictator Trump has continued to keep his promises and do exactly what he said he was going to do in America, anything the fuck he feel like, he already deployed the National Guard to D.C. and now we're getting mixed reviews. People in D.C. say it was scary, but there's a lot of people in D.C. saying it ain't never felt so safe. Things are doing good, is doing great. And you know what? For the nation's capital and the district, maybe so. But you sending the National Guard against American citizens in other cities, people ain't going for that.
It sounds like they're going to terrorize and fight against the U.S. military. And I think that's a bad idea because in the end, the citizens are going to lose. If you you're going to cause your city to be like a third world country if you go pulling guns out and fighting against the U.S. military. There's no way on this earth that any city is going to be victorious in doing something like that. The only thing it's going to do is make your problem worse. It's only going to cause more funerals and more hurt, and it's going to tear this country down. And boy, it's going to have the feeling of a civil war, like the people against the government. Like nobody wants to see that. And if you guys are understanding the concept of there's no way that citizens can win against the U.S. government, then maybe if you have some people that are into the streets, you need to talk to them and bring awareness that, hey man, just let them come in our city, calm everything down, and let them get out of our city. But also, that doesn't mean that it starts back up once they leave.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're in a blue city that's fixing to get the National Guard sent in to crack down on crime, and your first reaction is, oh, you're going to run up there and get your little piece and run out in there and try to push back against them and fight back and say this is war and this is that, let me be the first to tell you, there will be no golden casket or George Floyd treatment for you. Okay, like I know you watched the news the last few years and you saw what the Democrats did for George Floyd, and they knelt in the Capitol Rotunda and put the little kente cloths around their necks and sang "We shall overcome" and cried and wailed and did this whole shebang and thing for him and got him all this attention, right? They are not going to do that for you. Let me tell you why.
Now, I do understand completely that a lot of these citizens and these gang members, they're like, especially in Chicago, they're like, we're not Los Angeles and we're not DC and we're not having it. What do you actually think you're not having? You're going to have whatever they decide that you're going to have. And that's going to be the bottom line. And it's going to be some bloodshed and repercussions if you dare challenge this military. Now, they're not advised to aid the police in their job or ISIS in their job. They have a separate job that they're doing to make the community safe in these areas. But if you go intervening with these military soldiers, you're going to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And it just doesn't sound like a smart idea. I think the best thing that you could do, that we could do, if we don't want the U.S. military taking away our democracy, and just governing our cities any way that the president feels though he wants to, then what needs to happen is crime needs to stop. And we all know it's a way bigger picture to get crime to stop. It's just not about everybody saying we need to stop the crime and then it's just going to automatically stop. There's some things that need to happen in these cities. Like Baltimore was saying that they need housing, and Donald Trump said they don't need housing, they need to stop the crime. Listen, this thing was created to be the way that it is right now. These ghettos and these urban areas, they were all designed to be exactly the way that it is right now. And the US government, they understand that. And they feel like it's getting out of their control and they're trying to get the control back. But this is not how you get the control back. This is how you get everyone in an uproar and make everyone feel like they're not safe. But here's a good question on the other side. Did you feel safe before all the U.S. military came to your city? Did you feel safe? Because the crime rate is pretty high and it could happen to anyone at any time. It's a lot to talk about. Let's talk about it.
I do this